Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I am AmalgamAsh, and this is Cemetery Mary. We are in the last stretch of the game. This is past all of the regular endings territories and into the true ending. So, sit back, relax, and be prepared for lots of spoilers if you haven't been following the series. We have woken up in what appears to be an abandoned prison cell. And I have the ability now to look through cell bars, open the cell door, check the vent, the bed, the sink, the toilet, or the hole in the wall. The first thing I'm going to do is look through the cell bars. I tried looking through the cell bars to get a better idea of the area I was in. It seemed to be in a cell at the end of a long hall. I couldn't see anyone in any of the other cells, but I didn't want to risk shouting out for anyone in case the wrong person heard me. The only thing I could see at the end of the hall was a staircase. Let's check the vent. I climbed over to the vent that was on the wall. People escape through vents in movies all the time, right? Even though it was old and rusty, it wasn't going to give anytime soon. There's no way I'd be able to open it on my own. We'd better check the sink. I tried checking the sink basin for anything that might be useful. I remember playing old escape games, and usually the sinks would have something important in them, like a screwdriver or even a key. Not this time, though. Let's try to open the cell door. I tried opening the cell door. It clanged around and rattled. It clanged and rattled. Of course it was locked, but I at least had to try. Check the bed. I tried checking around the bed in the cell. It felt as hard as a rock, and even the sheet was covered in a fine layer of rocky debris. I tried looking under it to see if there was any sort of hole or trapdoor I could sneak through. Of course there wasn't. Let's check the toilet. Ew. I don't want to get anywhere near that toilet. Besides, even just looking from here, I can see that it's empty. And I'd rather not get my arm stuck in a pipe trying to look for something anyways. Especially a toilet pipe. Let's check the hole in the wall. There was a large hole in the cell wall. I don't know whether it was purposely made by a frustrated inmate or if it just began to wear away over time. Either way, it's not going to help me much. All it's got is some exposed pipes. There's not any room for me to be able to fit in there. Even if I could, I'd have no place to go. That's everything? No, that can't be it. There has to be something else I can do. There has to. There isn't any way out. I'm trapped here. I can't do anything. I can't believe this. Croven, Ovidius, Mom and Dad, they're all in trouble. And for what? Because of me? If they weren't trying so hard to keep me safe. That's so stupid. They're so stupid. None of this would be happening right now if they just... Suddenly I heard a rattle against the bars. I thought I was finally done for. Until I looked up. Reginald. What? I've had my theories about a couple of things. So far, since I stopped playing last, I've wondered if the reason that Twyla hates Croven, or the reason that they seem to hate each other, rather, is because Twyla is a member of the Parliament, and perhaps its lead, or its heir, the heir to be the leader. And the reason that I wonder that about Twyla is because the gentleman that's at the table who is having dinner and wants Mary to try to talk to ghosts looks exactly like the gentleman who was at the door. And I made this connection sort of as I saw the scene, but it wasn't until later that I recognized the man when I saw him, sort of. I knew that I had seen him from somewhere, but it wasn't until a little bit later that I realized that it looked like the same person from the dinner at Twyla's. However, I have no idea why Reginald would be here. Reginald. Reginald was here, right in front of me. But how? He was knocking against the bars and gesturing over for me to come closer. Reginald, what are you doing here? I tried to keep my voice down as best as I could. How is this possible? How did you know I was here? You're not working with these people, are you? Then I don't understand. How is it that you're here right now? Am I still dreaming? Why aren't you saying anything? Suddenly, I felt a pressure against my hands. Reginald was pushing something into my hands. Keys? Wait, are these the keys to the cell? I don't understand. I mean, thank you, but where did you find these? How did you know I was here? How did you even get here? It's just not making any sense. Huh? Without a word, Reginald stood up and turned around. He began walking towards the exit and waving back at me, as if he was saying goodbye. I didn't understand. What was that? Wait, but these keys. I can't worry about Reginald right now. I have to get out of here while I still have the chance. I inserted the keys into the lock of the door on the other side. Come on, come on. Yes, the cell opened. There's no time to waste. If only I knew where I was going. I didn't see Reginald after I left the cell, nor do I have any idea where he could have went. This place seemed so big and empty. But I knew that couldn't be the case. There had to be people lurking around here somewhere. I just didn't know where. What if... this is a stretch. But... what if Reginald had been following everybody the whole time? What if he followed the kidnappers? And what if he caught up to them? What if... well, let's just continue. I tried to listen for them just in case I needed to hide, but I couldn't hear anything. Just where is this anyways? We better inspect the cells. As we go by, I looked into some of the cells that lined the walls. I wondered if I could see someone else trapped in a similar position to mine. Alas, there were none. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for me. Each of these cells seemed to be in a similar condition to mine. What they made up for in one area, they were lacking in another. Sure, there was no crack in the wall in this cell, but the toilet was completely missing. Maybe this cell's got a pillow, but the sink is missing its knobs. How does that happen? How long has this place been like this? What am I doing here? Let's inspect the walls. I tried to look for any signs on the walls to help me get a better sense of the area. Of course, I found none. I shouldn't be surprised. This is a jail, not a school. Or is it a prison? How would you be able to tell? What's the difference between a jail and a prison anyways? Mary. There's no time to think about that right now, though. Exactly. We have to keep moving. Let's listen, actually. I tried listening around for anything. Footsteps, talking, anything. If I listen really, really closely, I can hear the sound of something faint. But I can't really discern what it is. Maybe if I get closer. Keep moving. I didn't have any time to waste on silly stuff. I have to keep moving. Either until I find Ovidius, my phone, or a way out. As I continued to move, I began to hear something clearly. It sounded like the rattling of cage bars. Someone's fighting against them real hard. Then suddenly a voice. You think you've gotten away with this? Wait, that's not just any voice, it's... I swear to fuck when I get out of here, I'm taking this whole place down with you all in it. Croven. I've got to get to him. Following the sound of his frustrated yelling and clanging of metal, I was able to find... Croven! Mary! What the shit? How'd you get here? Wait, before any of that, I think I can get you out of here. I used the keys Reginald gave me in the keyhole for Croven's cell. Could they really? Yes! It opened. Hey. Not bad. When'd you get so toolsy? But more importantly, when the fuck did you get here? You're not supposed to be anywhere near here right now. Listen, it's a lot to explain, but we need to find a way out of here. What, so soon? You need to find a way out, but I don't think I can leave just yet. What? What are you talking about? We have to leave. Listen, Mary, I know I messed up a little bit, and that fucker Ovidius did too, by letting you wind up here. But because of that, I can't just let things keep getting worse. Think of it like this, yeah? When you've got a wasp problem, do you just buy a fly swatter? Or do you call an exterminator to take the whole nest out? Croven, what are you even talking about? Don't worry, Mars. I'm gonna stop the problem at the source. Croven! Croven ran out of the cell, without me. I guess I'm on my own again, until I can find him. Or anyone. I walked around again, completely lost. I was beginning to wonder if I was wasting my time going in circles. Though, I eventually made it somewhere else. A different area. There weren't many, if any, cells here. The walls were tiled from floor to ceiling. It was strange. It felt like being in a bathroom. The longest, most maze-like bathroom in the world. I wish I knew what kind of area this even was. But more importantly, I wish I knew how to get out of it. Then I began to hear something. Talking. There's people talking somewhere. I tried to get closer, so I could at least know exactly where they were, and maybe find out what they were planning. But as I peered the corner just to get a glance, I was met with the face of... Twyla? Now what the heck is going on? Twyla is here. She's talking on the phone, but I can't quite make out what she's saying. She's also talking to someone in front of her, handling her things. She's clearly not in any danger, but no, that's... I don't understand. Twyla was dedicated to catching the killer, wasn't she? She wanted our city to clean up. So why is it that... She spotted me. She's looking me right in the eyes. What do I do? There's a lot we can do here. Let's run first. I can't run. She's looking straight at me. If I run now, she'll probably say something. But if I don't, I'm still just stuck here. I feel like a deer in headlights. Even though Twyla clearly saw me, she did not out me to the person in front of her. Rather, she let them walk on a different direction, and I was finally able to make out the last thing she said on the phone. I'll talk to you later. Twyla hung up her phone and then stood facing me. We better check the other options real quick. Hide. I can't hide. She's looking right at me. It's not as if she'll just forget she saw me. There's nothing I can do. Okay. Wave? I waved to her. I don't know why. I mean, what else could I do? I shouldn't have waved. What's wrong with me? Okay. I'll talk to you later. Twyla hung up her phone and then stood facing me. I watched her from behind the corner a few seconds longer before working up the courage to meet her in the middle. Twyla? What are you doing here? I could ask you the same thing. You're not really involved with these people, are you? I thought you wanted to keep things clean in our city. You hated crime, and that's why it's all very complicated. I'll say... Now I'm having a lot of trouble working out just what the hell is going on at all. I wouldn't expect you to understand. You took my family, and Croven too. Do you think he's innocent in all this? That he isn't trying to hurt us as well? We simply do what we need to do. As for me, I'm in all this because of my uncle. Your uncle? He's in charge. Then he's just like, but you don't have to be involved in any of this. Twyla, didn't you say it yourself? I want to keep our city clean. Why don't I help you out of this? Wait, really? Mm-hmm. You don't have to be here. I'll show you the way out. Really? Mm-hmm. Don't you trust me? Even if you don't. Twyla reached her hand out to me. Do you have any other choice? Oh boy. I suppose this time we'll grab her hand. Before I could answer her, a gunshot rang out throughout the building. I don't suppose we have a choice in that matter. We both turned to face where the noise came from. Twyla ran in the direction of the noise, and I followed her. When we got to the destination without hesitation, Twyla slammed the door open, and the source of the sound stood right in front of us. Fucking piece of shit! And that one's for Ma! Croven, what are you doing? What? What's the matter? I felt like I could throw up. The smell of blood already beginning to permeate the room. Come on, Mars, don't give me that look. You should be happy. Happy? How can I be happy over something like this? Because the fucker killed my parents. God damn it, can't take a life if you ain't prepared to lose your own. Oh? And what the fuck are you laughing at? Croven. It's nothing. It's nothing. I just... It's just so funny to me. So funny that you thought E was still in control after all this time. And then Mary. I thought I'd have to lie my ass off to her all night when I saw her walking around this dump. Turns out I don't even have to wait that long. It's hysterical to me. Hysterical. That you ever thought he could pull off this shit the way I have. Do you think that waste of flesh could have ever had it in him to off your parents the way I did? He was too much of a pussy to even attempt it. And you know what the best part was? It was so fucking easy. Even Mary's dumbass could have done it if she tried. I've been running this shit for years now, you idiot. But I bet you'd never be able to figure that shit out if I wasn't here yelling at you right now. So hand over that gun and wipe that stupid look off your face before Mary's head becomes my new jack-o'-lantern for Halloween. Croven carefully approached Twyla. I felt the knife she was holding lightly press against my cheek. They did a trade-off. Me for the gun, and then she held it up to both of us. I bet you thought you really did something, huh? You know what? Yeah, I guess you did. Too bad it really doesn't matter. Keeping her eyes on us, Twyla pulled out her phone. She typed away on it, and a few moments later, someone stepped into the room. I need you to take these guys back to their cells and make sure they don't get out again until I ask for one. Don't kill them, but you're more than welcome to rough them up if they get on your nerves. Yes, ma'am. What? Croven and I were apprehended by this strange man. He led us out, holding our arms together tightly. He shoved us through the halls, and we caught a glance or two or more of Twyla's goons passing us by. Once we were back into the area that held all the cells, the man finally spoke to us. Ovidius, I thought that was you. I'm so glad. Oh, shit. Hey, Ovidius. Yeah. Hey. What the fuck do you think you're doing? Hey, no, I don't even want to hear it right now. We're getting you out of here. All of you. All? Ovidius brought Croven and I a few cells down further, and I could hardly believe my own eyes when I saw